All right, power is everything, especially when you're talking about cameras, right? Really about cameras. Let's keep all the world conquering stuff off to the side. But when you're coming down with all these modern cameras today, the power needs that you're going to start to get more and more important. When it's 8K, 4K, 60, all this stuff like that, you need to have a good power solution, especially for someone like me that's using a Canon R5C. That's why I came across something I thought was pretty interesting that I wanted to share with you, because I think it might be one of those things that could really be really affordable and really powerful and make your life a little easier when you get on set. So what I have here is the WIMAXIT 99Wh V-mount battery. Now, as you can see, it's a classic V-mount. There, it goes right in. Now, a couple notes about this battery before I start off. And the first thing I gotta start off with is the price of this. This is a 99Wh battery, but it comes in at a grand whopping $119. That is incredibly affordable for a V-mount. And for one of those people that have been kind of on the fence about a V-mount because you realize all the benefits that comes with having this much extra power in one battery, but you're put off by the cost, this might be a really good entryway into figuring out just why V-mounts are so important and pretty much why you see V-mounts or any kind of gold mount big system on any real professional set you go on. Now, the quality on this does feel pretty solid. It's a pretty nice solid plastic. It can take a beating. And one thing that I found interesting of it, it's got this kind of angled sides to it. So when you put it on your system, it doesn't form that classic brick that you got. I actually found this really nice. I took this on a couple shoots, and having this shape, even when I put it against my body, having that ability I could tip down, I actually didn't think it's something I would really care about. And I really did like the feel and shape of it. So it's kind of an interesting little design form to it. And even though this is a really affordable battery, it has some things on there that I think are actually critical for professional use. The one thing that I really like on it, it does have this little dot here, and if I cut it on, it actually has an LED display here that not only shows you a representation of your battery power, but it actually has a percentage on there. So you can see exactly how much percentage you are using and what you have left on the battery. That's something that's very helpful because you don't want to be in a situation where you're running out of battery or sweating when it gets to that quarter mark. I think a lot of these will have indicators, but if you get to that kind of that quarter mark, you don't really know what that means. It kind of floats around. This gives you a much more accurate reading of where you are when you're shooting. This also has two other things that I consider very important in what I would be wanting for in any kind of modern V-mount battery today. The first thing is, if you look at the top here, it has a USB-A, but more important, it has a USB-C input and output. What that means is that you can charge this from a regular USB-C device if that's what you have. But with all the cameras, all the mirrorless cameras that I have now, I love being able to power it off a USB-C slot. It means I don't have to have a dummy battery that I have to put in my camera. And I'll be honest, it's just one of those things I'm really looking for in any system I'm using nowadays, because having this USB-C port really makes your cameras so much more flexible and open. The other thing that this thing does that I found really unique and was quite shocked to see on a battery this size is it actually has two, one on each side, DTaps. And this is actually really useful because this means you can power two things off this at once. What that means is you could power your camera and a monitor if you needed, or let's say you have a wireless monitor, you could do that as well. The ability to power two things off one battery is really nice because these cameras tend to grow and you end up powering multiple things off a battery anyway. So this is just a really nice feature I was not expecting to see built into this battery. I also think if you're someone that has a mirrorless camera, like I said, I have a Canon R5C, and as you can see here, I have a small rig V-mount on the top, and literally, I can just click that on there and you can see it just lives on the camera. It's very streamlined and nice. But this is a total game changer for the Canon R5C. For instance, if you want to get a Canon LPE6 battery that comes inside the Canon R5C, which is terrible for these cameras, you can only get about, you're lucky if you can squeeze out 45, 50, maybe 55 minutes on one battery on this thing. And these things also cost $79 a piece. Well, I can get this battery right here for $119, which is not much more than the LP, and this will run me for literally hours. That lets you know the incredible difference. I honestly found if I have two 99Wh batteries on my Canon R5C, I can easily run pretty much an entire full day on that and not have a problem. So the investment and the power that you save on this is incredible, and it saves you so much stress not worrying about your batteries all day. Just having a V-mount battery on something like a Canon R5C completely changes the camera and actually makes it a working, functional camera. So anyway, guys, that's just something I wanted to share with you. I did find this to be a really, really nice little battery. It's definitely something I would recommend. It's definitely going in my kit, and I will be using it when I'm going on shoots. 119 bucks for a 99 watt-hour V-mount battery is an incredible price, and I found it very reliable, and it did exactly what I needed to do. Anyway, guys, love to hear what you had to say with this. Leave me any notes and comments down below, and yeah, go out there, keep on shooting, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.